Okay, so we're going to change the pump. We have all our stuff here. We have our pump. We have the hose that connects the pump to the cartridge that holds the insulin. We have the inset that goes into the skin. We have the insulin. We have the sticker that goes over the thing when it's installed, which we'll get to. And then we have the alcohol wipe. So first we start off by opening the cartridge. This little piece we don't need for anything, so we can put that out of the way. We stick the blue thing in. We give it a little twist to make sure it's in good. We go back and forth 2 times to make sure that it's seated properly. Then we put the needle tip on, we rotate it so it's good and tight. We pull the top off, put that aside. Pull it back to about 1 unit. Insert into our insulin vial and push that air into the vial to equalize the pressure. We flick it a couple of times to try and get all the air bubbles that came from the reservoir into the vial. And then we pull this down, we check, and we have an air bubble, so we push that back out. And we come down, and we still have some air bubbles, so we have to get rid of those. Sometimes you have to do this a few times to get all the air out. I keep flicking it to try and get all the air to the surface. I still have a little bubble. Okay, that looks pretty good, so I'm going to take it to 1 line past the 1, so it's like 1.25. That's an adequate amount of insulin. Then I pull the vial off and take that away, and I put this cover on so you don't stab yourself, and I squeeze this blue thing to pull it out. You got to squeeze it good because you don't want to pull the cartridge back with it and create a new air bubble, so you pull it back with this squeezed. So now this is done. So now I go over to the pump, press OK to get it to turn on. It's on menu, I press OK. I go down to prime rewind, press OK. Go up with the arrow to rewind. Then I go up again to go rewind, I press OK. And now the pump is rewinding itself. While that's doing that, I unhook the nut and I take out the old cartridge and the old hose, and those I discard. Then I open up the new hose. There's more plastic parts that you're not going to need, and the wrapper that can be tossed away. Then I take this off, discard that, unravel the hose, put the end through the nut. You want the end to pass through the skinny end and come out on the threaded end. Then we take our cartridge, I flick it again to make sure if any air got going in there. Take off the tip, I put this on and make it good and tight. Now our pump has rewound itself, so I'll slide this in. You got to push it a little, but not enough that it squirts the insulin out, but just so it's seated. And then you got to tighten your nut down. Now it's on continue, and I press OK. Now the little plunger in the pump is pushing upward because we do not have an entirely full cartridge because it doesn't require that much insulin. And I hold it upward like this so that if there was an air bubble, it will be pushed out when we prime this. So I always hold it like this when I do this. So there's 116 units of insulin. It says continue. I press continue. Now it says go prime. Now with the go prime, you want to put about 10 to 12 units of insulin out. You have to hold the OK button down the entire time. As soon as you let it go, it stops. So you hold it down, and you see the insulin squirting through the hose, and now it's going on to the paper towel. And then I let go. Now I did 12 units. If you made a mistake and you didn't get enough insulin, like say you let go of the button, you only got 2 or 3 units, you have to go back up to prime and then do the process again, because the OK button has to be held the entire time of the priming. So then I take the hose and I hold it up to a source of light and I look at it and I ensure myself that there are no bubbles at all in the system, and this is primed to OK. So now this part of the pump is complete, and next we have to do is install the inset. Can you pause it?